Excuse me. What's going on, Daniel? Hope you guys logging in. So hope everybody had a good week. Sorry, last week actually, I had a lender meeting that went beyond the time, so I didn't make it in time. But again, that's one of the things that I've been doing on some of my deals, and it's kind of like close to increased our profit to maybe like 30% more of the regular, maybe on assignment fees when we went through an assignment of a deal. So I was like, well, let me talk to a lender. Let me introduce him to what I'm doing, as far as he probably already knows, just to make sure that he's aware of what I'm trying to do. And yeah, sure enough, he was able to see the profit margins that I'm getting on the deals. What I'm doing, I'm not doing a fix and flip. I'm just doing a buy at a low price and list at a low price. And then in case there's any scenario where we need to do any fix-ups, we'll do them. Most of them, they're either sold conventional or are sold, what's it called? Let me just make sure I'm live. Or cash. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, perfect. Let me just make sure I can hear myself in the. Okay. Let me answer this call. Yeah, hello.
And a pen drop.
Okay, let me check real quick. Let's see. Okay. Do you know if it has amenities, like it has a like city sewer, or it has like a septic tank?
Yes, sir. It's ready for everything, for electricity and what's it called, and water and everything. It's a neighborhood.
You can, okay. You said it was half an acre, right?
Más o menos, sir. I'm gonna get the blueprints right now. They're about to email them to me.
Okay.
So you can see exactly how much it is.
Okay.
And it's in a corner.
Okay, that's even
It's
better.
a corner lot.
Okay, sounds good. Let me go ahead and get those from you, and yeah, I'll shoot you an offer. It'll make something work for us.
I want to, sir.
All right, be safe, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that was a deal through Facebook Marketplace, through that, again, the Facebook Gorilla. Land, he wants 40K. It's probably worth around 55. That was his initial offer. He just called me like 20 minutes ago, and he sent me the pin drop. So I'll probably get it for around 30, 33. And I know I probably can sell it for 55. I can even just buy it and list it for like 65. Have somebody come in and buy it for like 60. So that was what I was telling you guys. As far as what I'm doing there is, instead of going through, again, in and out with the wholesale, again, if I can get a lender in here, I'll pay. And this guy is charging me 14%. I'll show you guys the term sheet right now. One of my deals. If I can make sense, if I can borrow, let's say, if I borrow 50, let's see, just a moment. Let me get my calculator. Like this one, they borrow 35 at 14%, 0.14%. I'm gonna pay him $5,000, right? But if I buy a 45 and I can like not put all my capital in this deal, and sell it for 65, that $5,000 made me an extra 10. So it makes sense just to do it like that. And of course you avoid any issues with what's it called, the listing it and showing, not listening, showing it and talking to the lender and not talking to the title company. It's an assignment fee. Nowadays, some title companies are being real flaky with as far as how much you make in the assignment fee. So I decided, you know what, let me do this. So this one, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably offer him 30, come out at 33. I'll buy it. I'll open title, buy it, close on it. Again, there's a title company called in our area. I think it's called True Title. They're closing it real quick. One, and two, the fees are low. I think the fees they're charging us like $700 compared to like $1,700. So again, it makes sense for just to go buy it and go straight to listing it with the market, listing in the market. The seller gets their cash. They don't have to worry about anything, and I list it. I already have my agents lined up for that. So please make sure you hear me. So Aisha, yeah, did you get let me see, you send me a message right now. Hold on. So yeah, on that one, Aisha, let me show it to you. So again, hope everybody having a good Friday. I'll tell you about the land deal that I have. It looks like it's going to be a pretty solid, like in my biggest deal ever, which is good. It came through an RVM. Okay, remember, one of the things that I tell you guys, you gotta be able to dominate your market. Again, you gotta know the ins and out, how the market works, how everything works in your area, right? The reason why I'm telling you. So you just send me this deal to look at. We were able to sorry guys. So you see now he's sending me the subdivision location. Again, he wants 40. I'll probably get it for 30. Again, if it's already subdivided, it has city what's it called, Public Works. It's a solid deal as far as selling it at, even at 50. I make 18K, but I want to buy it for 33, probably list it at 65, 69. I might even owner finance it and just pay out the first lien. If not, just wait for a cash buyer. Get a cash buyer at 60 and lock it up and sell it. But the thing is, like, you want to get as much other people's money in, so you can just be the one just holding the strings, and everybody, the lender gets 14%, which is crazy, but hey, that's how much lenders are charging right now. But it makes sense for me to do that. So on that deal, Aisha, let me just, how's everybody doing, guys? Let me just show you this one.
Good.
So Aisha sent me a deal. We found a property that looks similar, 600 square feet, 800 square feet actually. So I found a buyer. Yeah, no, the deal that we found as far as the what's called the
comparison.
Comparable. So you see Castañeda.
Yes.
They borrowed from Nextera 159,000.
Yes.
That's probably for the purchase and the rehab. I've seen
and the rehab. Yes.
Other people in my area that do the same thing. They buy. Mm-hmm. They don't divide it in the deed. They divide it in the promissory note. But yes, we only see the deed. So that's why, again, going back, stepping a little bit back, knowing your market and knowing how to find things in your market. Like in my market, I know exactly where I can find everything. This is in Fort Worth and Tarrant County. I was able to find who bought that property, who loaned on that property. So then if you see this is where they bought it. That's the subdivision. That's the lot. They bought it for right here. They borrowed 159. It's weird how they listed it, but Nextera is the lender. So this guy asked Nextera for money. Nextera approved it for 159. And then here, Castañeda sold it 8 months later. Well, like 8 months later, to this people.
Yeah, the lady, single lady.
To this lady, husband and wife, to a single woman.
Nicole Lopez Gabriela.
Yeah, and it tells you here how much they see Cardinal. So they sold it, and then the deed of trust went to this Cardinal people, and you can tell they listed it for 222, and they sold it for 222. And let me see, where did I see the 211? They borrowed 211.
Yeah. So they just put down 11.
No, 211,000.
Yeah, that's the loan.
So yeah, so here the end buyer bought it for 211. Well, probably give a discount, but give a down payment. So they borrowed 211.
Mhm.
So they made what the Mrs. Castañeda made like what, let's say 40K after all the fees. And then here is where's right here. If you go right here, if you search this people, Nextera and Castañeda, you open up this other tab. This is a release where
Yes.
they're releasing their lien. So basically, they borrow 159, Castañeda fixed it up, flip it, sold it, and then Nextera released the lien for 159. So that's what I was telling you, where Nextera is the lender, Oscar is the borrower, and they did
So
that.
he can
that
always-
property, that
yeah.
property was probably sold for like around 100K. If you look at the property, it doesn't show here, but I'm thinking they probably bought it for 100K.
Yeah.
And
Do
they
you
put
see the
60 in
street
it.
view? The street view under it where it's in bad shape? Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, exactly. So this is more like how they bought it. You see,
Yeah.
this is a lot of work. Like I think they closed in either, I don't know what they took this slab from. They broke the slab and they took it out. But I don't have the pictures of it. But if you actually search it, just the address on Realtor, it shows you the pictures of how. If you look at it, it's not a full rehab. It's just like a clean rehab. Again, they made it look nice, and it's sold for 220 square feet, dollars a square foot. So it's cleaner than when they first bought it, but it's not fully rehab. There are some. Let me see. So here, let me show it to you. So I don't know where on which screen I'm sharing. Stop share. Oh yeah, you are seeing that. So you are seeing that. You see that house? So that's a comparable, and that's our buyer. If you look at here, let's see right here, they've done several flips. So this one's a flip. This one's a flip. All this financials and Nextera Capital, those are the lenders basically. So they've
he
done
already
several, I
has
think like 3 or 4
yeah,
flips in the last.
He already has
Sorry,
a team
what?
going. Yes. It shows that he's a regular one. Yeah. He may pick it up.
Yeah, he's a flipper. He doesn't flip 30 houses. He probably flips 1 or 2 a year, which is good. Those are the people that pay more than the people that flip 30. Because the people that flip 30, they're more knowledgeable, so the one that get a literally cheap properties. But yeah, that's the deal on that one. So for you, Aisha, just lock it up for 64 as is. Don't negotiate with the seller right now. It's a gut. So I think you can probably sell this property for 100,000 to these people. Offer it for 98. Just bring it underneath the $100,000 mark. Offer it for 98 and see what they tell you. And again, the strategy always is, once you lock it up, you get a buyer in there, you always go back and get a reduction.
Yes.
3, 5, 10K, depends on how deep you want to get into it. If you're in the money, again, whatever you ask, whatever you get, it's gonna be profit. So that's
Correct.
the deal for that one, guys. So that's your homework for right now, Aisha, is lock it up for 64 since you already have the rapport with the client. Use the TREC, use a 1-page contract. I know the lady, you said the owner is a realtor, so I don't know how
Yes.
iffy she's gonna be with the type of contract. You can always assign a TREC. You don't have to
Okay.
put anything as far as affiliate or anything.
Yeah, in
Trecs-
Texas,
Trecs are-
all contracts are assignable.
All contracts, yeah, unless it says they're not assignable. So yeah, lock it up for 64, get a 30-day closing, get $100 in escrow deposit. And then once you lock it up, skip trace the lady, this one, the Castañeda people, and shoot it to them and see what they tell you. I don't think they've bought anything so far this year. Let me see. So there's a deed here. That's the subdivision that we saw. So they haven't bought anything. They just sold it last year. They sold it in December 12th.
So they
they're
must be
literally
sitting
looking for
on the
next
money.
deal. Yeah, they're sitting on the profit, and they're just waiting for another deal to come out. So yeah, guys, that's how, again, part of what I do, I tell you guys is you need to master your market, master knowing your market, exactly how to find things, how to quickly, again, she showed me this property out within 10 minutes. I found a comparable, and then I researched to find who bought it, and I was able to find out who bought it, who loaned on it, how many deals they've done so far in the years or since whatever is recorded on the county records. So that's the way that you market you master your market, by knowing it. Again, I haven't done any deals in Fort Worth, but again, if it's online, it's easy to know it. You just gotta know where to look at to make it work for you guys to market, so you can know exactly what to offer the seller and know exactly where to find your buyers.
Arturo,
yeah, guys,
may I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
Okay. You came up with the comp immediately. So what kind of a specifics did you put in? Because in the same subdivision, I could find more comps too. But you
So
came
all
up
I
with
did,
one
again,
that was
like
bought by an investor.
again, I use Zillow. That's my comp. I don't use anything else but Zillow. Let me see. So here on Zillow, let's see, Zillow. All I did is that just I put sold from 500 to 1,000 square feet. I applied it, and it showed me all these. Our property is right here.
Yeah, I was using the one in the number 4 in the second column, bottom in the middle, right middle. I was using that as a comp for a fixed up one.
Yeah, and this one is much nicer than the one that I
Yes.
showed you. This one's much nicer, but it's still
Yeah.
pending. It shows like it's not sold yet. But again, but these are much nicer amenities. This
Yeah,
is super
it's
nice.
one street over. It's one street over. That's
Yeah,
why I was using that as a comp.
So see, this one's selling for 239 a square foot, and the one that we had, it was over 222 a square foot. So it's kind of the same thing. So
Yes.
either property, either this guy, I didn't research this one, but you see, they bought it. You see right here in the bottom, 114.
Mhm.
That's how much they bought it for. It's a little bit bigger, right? It's 900 square feet. 600 is 300 square feet bigger than this one. But again, they bought it for 114. We can probably sell it we can even sell this one ours to these people for 100K. Again, if you want to do this, just call the realtor. Call this guy, Jonathan Murphy, or Josh Mills, whatever you call it. This guy has his number here. Tell him, hey,
Yes.
this is a nice flip. Did you guys already sell it? Perfect. Is your guy ready for another flip in the area under 100K? Again, you throw those words, and most likely he's gonna tell, oh yeah, definitely. So again, those are the 2 buyers that I will see. This one and this one, the one right here, the one for Netta. But again, knowing your market, guys. All I did to search Tarrant County, I know it was I searched. Let me see. I put Fort Worth Cat. It was one of my searches for the property, and I put here Fort Worth County records. So for the cat, it opens this one, and here you just put the address, Nada. That's the address, and it showed me what the county appraisal district has it at. The county appraisal district has it at 152. So that means they're 50 to 60K below what it's actually worth, kind of like in my area. And then for the other one, for the real estate records, this one, e-recording series. What I did, I have a sheet right here. You see right here, I have several like Dallas, Lien Search, Texas, Tarrant County. So what I did here, I opened this one because this is one I had, right? That's Dallas County. So I know the county is called Tarrant. So all I did is this, just click it right here and then remove Dallas and put Tarrant and see if it pops up a Tarrant County, what's called the Lien Search, and it did. And this one's all these systems, this looks exactly like the one in my area. So it's the same provider. that provided to several counties in Texas. So then here I just searched, when I went right here, when I got the cat right here, I searched for this. And then I went right here. Right, and I put here, and then I put here. Because if you put it like that, it'll search for specific words. If you put it like this, it'll search for better because it doesn't block it to exactly the same. It can match words on it, on the form. And then sure enough, when I put it, just load it. It's taking a little bit to load. So then this is the person that last bought it. This Lopez Nicole, right? Velasquez and Castañeda were the people that sold it. And then I did is this. You click right here and you click the subdivision. So it pulls up everything from the subdivision. You see, so there were several records for that subdivision. You sort it by date. So you know this one is the last one where it's sold, all right? And then you go back, okay, oh, look, it was bought right here. And then I click here, who bought it? And then I search and open up the other one as far as that. And who loaned on it, I can search this guys. And those guys probably have a lot of, see, they had a lot of loans because they're lenders.
A good way to find investing lenders also.
Yeah, and again, it took me, again, knowing what to look for. I already knew this kind of format of recording, just not in this county, but again, searching, knowing how to search it, learn how to look for the CAT, Tarrant County CAT. As far as County Appraisal District, that's what CAT means, CAD. And yeah, so that's how I look for that one. So all this is gonna be recorded, so in case you wanna go back as far as I searched it. I went on Zillow and it didn't give me any pictures, but then I just researched the address by itself, and I was able to pop up one that came out like this.
So, so you use PropStream to run your comps?
Nope, Zillow.
Okay, yeah. So I can cancel that then and just
Like if
use
you guys know
Zillow
me,
just to save some money.
I don't like to spend anything if I don't have to. I'm frugal.
Okay, cool.
So I'm frugal as much as I can. So yeah, I don't use any services as far as to do comparables. The only thing that I use as a membership is the Area Reply. So yeah, you guys have any questions before we move on with it from that deal?
Perfect.
Go ahead.
Hey, Arturo. Hey, Arturo.
Go ahead, Nick.
Can you hear me? My name's Nick Roberts. Justin, this is the first time I've attended this, but he recommended that I come and listen to you. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been wholesaling mobile home parks and RV parks, and doing very well with that. However, the interest rates increase has kind of slowed that market down. So I've changed my goal to, I'm going to start acquiring properties in my own county and the other counties around here. But I'm just getting into the residential side of it. So I went to see a property on Friday. I do have a private lender that will loan me all the money to purchase the home, rehab the home. And he doesn't expect any kind of a payment until the property is refinanced or sold.
Okay.
So I do have that in place, but what I'm running into right now is on Friday, I went to see a property here in the next town over here. And it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, built in the 50s, 1,247 square feet. They wanted $45,900 for it.
Okay.
However, what I ran into was in the first 4 days, they had already seen 25 showings. And then when I was there was 5 other people there. And what I heard from the agent was if it's a Fannie Mae property, within the first 21 days, no non-owner occupied investor can put a contract on it.
Yep.
So I tell you what I felt like. I felt like I was just running with the pack, you know. And how are you going to win those deals, really? So I'm looking for a different way in my county to be able to find deals that I can own. And I like wholesaling, and I like wholesaling bigger ticket parks and that kind of thing. And I made a bunch of money doing that. But you're always in between the buyer and seller. And my new goal, as I get up in age here a little bit, is to build a portfolio in my own county. So I'm trying to figure out what the best machine is to do that, and what the best process is to do that, to find them so that I'll borrow the money from my buddy and my private lender, and I'll rehab them and then refinance them, but keep them after they're rented, kind of like the Burr strategy, sort of.
Okay. So let me ask you this, let me backtrack a little bit. How did you say you done wholesaling with mobile home parks, right?
Yes.
How did you market to those mobile home parks?
I got the lists. I got large lists, and then I actually had a caller to call on every one of them, and I put her on a dialer. I put my caller on a dialer to call them, and so I think that was about $2,700 a month or so, and I put her on a dialer to make the calls, and I got a lot of deals out of that, a lot of deals. And so I told her when she began calling, I only want to talk to the yeses. I don't want to talk to the people that are thinking about it, that kind of thing, just the people that said yes, they wanted to sell. And so I got a lot of good conversations on a daily basis, people that were wanting to sell. And then it's just negotiating and putting the contract on it. And I did this all over the country. I mean, I did it in Texas and Oklahoma and California and every place, but you have to spend some time building the relationship with the people, seeing why they're selling it, that kind of thing, and put it under contract at a decent price. What happened to that industry is now you can't put it under contract at a decent price for a buyer. And I had big buyers, but the interest rate has gone up. So when your cost of capital goes up, then you can't make any profit, so the value, but I'm trying to explain to sellers that the value of their property has gone down, and they just say, I don't care, I'll just keep it,
Yep.
So that's kind of where I am with that one. But my new shift and my new goal is to build a portfolio of owned single family rentals in my own county.
Yep.
And so I don't know what machine to set up yet to go out.
The reason why I was
I mean?
asking you as far as how you market to the mobile home parks, it's kind of the same thing marketing to single home houses.
Okay.
If you already know what it takes to do the marketing to the mobile home houses, now all you're doing is switching it to the single family homes. So if you can get a list of mobile home parks, you can get a list of absentee owners, you can get a list of lien violations. So you can get, again, I know how to search them for free online. I don't know if that's something that, there's two things, like I was telling Justin and Nick. You can start in the back of the line, do all the work yourself, and get to the end point where you can get leads. Or if you're like, you know what, I have a little money, I don't want to wait in line, I can push ahead to the front of the line. You can either pay for leads already, or you can do the same thing, get a cold caller in there, or yourself to start calling this list. Because if you try to go straight to retail, where you're buying it where everybody else is buying it, everybody knows about it. Like in that case scenario with that deal that you had, there's 21 days where a non-investor has to buy it. It can be an investor, and that cuts your legs off. Again, maybe if it doesn't sell, then you can come in with your investor and buy it, right?
Right.
Most
right.
of the times,
right.
what I've seen, those deals, again, they're so good deals that buyers get them. People that are going to live there get it, and then we lose into it. I haven't gotten any deal like that because I know that for a fact. So what I do is just find a way to find deals. Again, there's like, if you go back on the YouTube channel, go to Justin channel and look for the playlist for mine and go down. I talk about how to get leads, multiple leads from, again, I have many from, again, lien violations, wills, divorces, probates, pre-probates, power of attorneys, pre-foreclosures, IRS liens, federal tax loans, property tax loans. So there's tons of niche lists that you can get. Once you get those niche lists.
So I have PropStream. Are you
Okay.
getting them from? I have PropStream, which has a lot of good data.
Mhm.
So I talked to Justin earlier. My thought process was this: if I just start focusing on all those lists out of PropStream and then putting them into REI reply and texting them,
That'll
you know
work.
what I mean?
Yeah. If you already have PropStream, you can probably get like 10,000 records from PropStream at once. Get them,
Yeah.
pull them, download them, put them in the RA reply, and either what's it called, cold call them, or you can do texting.
Okay.
Again, for me, my strategy that I've been doing is I
Uh-huh.
RVM them,
What have you been doing?
send them an RVM, a voicemail drop,
Okay.
and then I pick up the calls live when they call me back.
Gotcha.
Again, but I only do one RVM every 2 minutes.
Okay.
So it's slow, but it's constantly dripping every single day. Every single day I drop like 300 RVMs. And I
Okay.
talk to probably like 30 people every single day.
Got it. Okay.
And that builds, again, for me, that builds on my CRM, because if it's a verified owner, they just don't want to sell it right now. I put them on my follow-up. And those are my daily
Okay.
follow-ups that I got to do. But I don't know if you're in the
Yeah.
business or you want to buy a system to have somebody else do it for you.
Well, now I wouldn't mind having somebody do it for me, but I think it's important that you know the process before you buy it. You know what I mean? So
So,
that I understand it
I
better.
think
So
the process as far as getting leads, you already know it. Now you just change into another target. Instead of being mobile home parks,
Yes.
now it's going to be that. So you kind of already know it now. If you,
Yes,
again, there's
yes,
money
yes.
involved where you got to pay to get in front of the line, right?
yes,
But if
yes.
not, do the same thing. Again, I started with bandit signs. In my area, bandit signs, I've stood out to this date. Again, if you see them in the back right here, I
Yeah.
still put bandit signs. I try to put 100 to 120 a month. I did a
Okay.
technique that it took my bandit signs almost 3 months to come down, which is good. So I
Mhm.
was being lazy for the last 3 months, not putting anything back because they were not coming down, which is good. But they came down last 2 weeks ago, so I had to go back out there and put them up
Oh,
myself.
yeah. And you still use them?
Yeah, I still use
Yeah.
them. Bandit signs are great. What's it called? So that works for me. That's one area, one targeting
Okay.
machine, the bandit
Yeah,
signs.
yeah.
Then you got stickers, and then you got the what's it called, the door hangers. You got the drive for dollars. You got the yellow letters again, and you have the niche list that you call. So you already know that beast as far as how to target sellers. Now, instead of targeting mobile home parks, now you gotta target individual people, and then just get
Yeah.
them on the phone. I don't know how comfortable you are before to get on the phone, but if you want to get to a yes, I don't know if you want to get through all the no's first and then get to a yes, or you just want to pay somebody to go through all the no's and just give me a yes.
I'll probably get my girl on the phone for me again.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's like, for me, at $2,700, again, that's excessive for me. I try my business, I run it with around $500 to $800 a month.
Yeah.
Lean.
Okay.
I'm lean with it. So yeah, I don't have a cold caller. I have the RVM drops, which are, I spend
do?
an RVM drops 160 a month in the cost of RVMs. And I took away the text for the follow-ups.
Okay.
Because what it was doing an RVM and then a text like an hour later.
Mhm.
And it was almost doubling my cost. So I was like, you know what? Let me RVM them once. And then I won't say anything. Let me RVM them again. Let me see the cost. Because I know the cost is like pennies or some difference, but I gotta see it on a monthly basis. When I pay my bill for the RVM for the Tulio, I see how much expense for RVMs and how much was it for the text.
Okay. Now,
but
what
yeah.
CRM are you using?
I reply. That's the one that I love. That's the one
Okay.
that I use. I used to have Podio, but Podio is limited because you don't get dialers, you don't get text services. Again,
Right.
so I used RA reply for my CRM, for my websites, for my texting, for my cold calls. When
That's
I do
great.
a cold call, for everything. I have like 78,000 records in there.
That's great.
But yeah,
I like it.
again, the beast is the same, just change the vehicle. Again, I like to talk to all the clients. I don't have nobody picking up the calls. When they call me, I pick it up if I can. If not, I call them back or send them a text.
Yeah, good. Okay, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So as far as
Okay.
Tyree had a Tyree.
So yeah, this is my.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I've been doing like pretty houses for the past couple of months. I've kind of had some trouble lately with RER reply, just not getting a lot of responses. I used to get like a good 10 calls. Now I get like 1 or 2. So I'm in the Las Vegas market. So I want to start marketing, principally here instead of just bouncing around the country. Also, in addition to, what I'm doing with pretty houses. And so, I was listening to what you were telling Nick. So do you feel like the best way for me to get started in finding sellers would be like doing RVM, like getting good lists, some government lists, things
No.
like that, skip tracing it, and then RVM?
Well, for me, it's working. Now, remember, I just saw Tyree said that his Tulio got suspended. If you, again, for me, I don't know, again, I've been so under the radar that I only do 1 RVM every 2 minutes.
Okay.
Like, Tulio hasn't done anything to me, nor I reply. Because I don't mass text. I don't mass text, I don't mass RVMs. Again, when I started the business, I did, but then right now, what I'm doing 300 texts 300 RVMs a day. So it's 1 every 2 minutes. So again, it's flying like way under the radar. But remember, that's one targeting. That's the RVM targeting. I have other avenues. I have the foreclosures, what's it called? The Facebook Gorilla. I got the bandit signs. I got the stickers. I got the door hangers. There's multiple avenues. Again, be safe. Stay under the radar. Don't do 100 RVMs an hour, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna flag you. And yeah, like Tyree said, his Tulio got suspended, most likely because of that, because of spikes of, oh, you're doing too much. This is the machine. This is not a, what's it called? It's not a regular thing. You're doing it for a business, and most likely they say, well, you don't have permission to do an RVM, and that's why they suspended. But yeah, for me so far, I have 7 numbers. I only use 1 to RVM, but it's low. It's slow drip, but it's consistently. Remember, guys.
Okay.
One of the things that I tell people try to mass text and mass, again, you only need 40 deals. 40 deals to make, let me backtrack. You only need 20 deals to make good money in this business. If you make 20, if you get to close 20 deals and you talk real good on the phone and you make an average of 15K to 20K a month, 20K a deal, you're making 400K a year. So it's good. That's good money. That's awesome money just for being able to target people and talk to them the right way and close it. Now, just reverse it. If you do text blast, if you do RVMs 300 a day consistently, except Sundays, so that's what, let me see, 365 minus 52 times 300. You are texting 93,000 people a year if you do it consistently. Your RVM every single, again, a year, 93,000 touches. You'll get a deal. Remember, I don't have to get 100 deals. I only have to get at least 20 deals. Even if you're just starting, 10 deals. If you have that much, you'll get a deal from those 93 RVMs. And this one will make, again, I've been doing this for the last 6, 7, 8 months. RVMs 1 every 2 minutes. For 1 number only.
Okay, and that works out pretty well.
Yeah, that works out pretty well.
Like you're able to get your 40 deals from that?
Yeah, not from strictly RVMs, but from the accumulation of my other ones, my websites, my GMBs, my YouTubes. Again, this guy that called me, he called my number from. I asked him, "Where did you get my number?" He got it from Facebook, through a Facebook post that I do. I don't do it. My girl does it. My VA. But again, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. It's like bricks on a wall. You're literally building a wall brick by brick, and just being consistent. Now the Vegas market, I don't know what area Nick's at, but I know Vegas is pretty aggressive. There's people dropping 60, 70K marketing every single month. So
I'm in Kansas City
Yeah,
area.
it's
Justin.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in Vegas. It is very competitive out here.
So again,
It's
there's
a hot
ways to-
market. It has been since like 10 years.
do you live in Vegas, or you just a virtual?
I live in Vegas. I live in Vegas, but I don't have a car, so I can't. Like I'm thinking of using PropStream for like driving for dollars and trying to compile a list of like, 200, skip tracing those, cold calling those, or doing RVMs with those.
Yep.
Seeing if I can get something off of that. Yeah, and then maybe targeting some government lists and shut off lists. Heard good things about those, but a lot of people don't really heavily target that. They usually go for high equity and things like PropStream and things.
Yep, that's the way that I would do it. The way you
Okay.
can outsmart people is by getting, because all these people that are doing 30 to 70K of marketing a month, they're buying the data. They're not compiling it themselves. So you got probably like a 5 to 10 day gap from where the provider compiles it to where it presents it to the guy that markets and buys it for them. So you got like 10 days to download them, to get them first, download them, skip tracing, and text them or RVM them first. Be the first point of contact before the big guys come and get you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the guys that spend like 60, 70,000, a lot of them do like PPC and advertising and things like that also.
Yep. Now, I have a friend of mine that he does, I don't know if you guys heard about it, iSpeed to Lead. Have you guys heard about that?
What's it called?
No, I haven't.
Let me show it to you guys. So what he does,
It's super expensive.
well, it is to a certain degree. Because if you buy a lead for $300 and you make 14K on it, you don't have to spend money on marketing.
Yeah,
Again,
if you can convert the lead. So
Yeah,
how
of course.
many
And
leads
this
would
is
you
where-
buy at 300? Your methodology is much, much better, Arturo.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, this is where I'm telling you, you're getting to the front of the list. You're getting to the front of the line, because you're buying a hot lead from online. Again, somebody went and they did a Google search and they inputted their list. So if you want to buy these from this guy, again, I know him. I have him on Facebook. He's been a Facebook friend for a while. It works. I don't know if you guys know this guy, Uncle Charles from San Antonio. They close deals from iSpeed to Lead, because these are hot Google leads and Facebook leads.
And PPC.
And yeah, both there. Yeah, PPC. That's pay per click. It's gonna be from Google or from Facebook, and they're all over the country. Again, you can go in there, register, and then you can pick your county. You can pick your county. You can pick your state, and just look at it. And sometimes they have some promotions where the ones that they don't sell, they sell them at a discount.
And how much do you sell them for on average?
On average, depends on the market. If it's like Vegas, it's gonna be probably around $400 for the lead. If it's Arizona, around $500, because it costs you around $2,000 on somebody but yourself to do your own marketing. So you're getting a discount that way.
Okay.
But if it's like San Antonio, like San Antonio, like $300. If it's like the little bit of the outskirts of San Antonio, it might be like $200. Maybe Kansas, maybe like $150. Again, remember, a deal can be made almost anywhere if the price is right. But again, it all depends on, do you want to get in front of the line or you want to do the hard work yourself? The way that I became successful was by doing the hard work myself, trying to be as frugal as possible, not spending what I don't have to. But again, for like right now, I can close my eyes. I know how my system works. You know what I mean? And every single wheel is bringing me leads every single day. So now that I have, if you look back at my videos, the accumulation of marketing, all my tentacles are working for me at the same time. The most expensive tentacle that I have is the bandit signs, because they're like $1.20, and I put them out. But I like it. I put an audiobook on my ear, and then I go 2-3 hours a night just to put bandit signs. So yeah, that's how for Nick and for Daniel, that's what I would do. Nick, learn the same thing you were doing for mobile homes, implement it into what's called the residential. Talk to clients, either that or have somebody talk to clients on your behalf and just speak to the yeses. For Daniel, the same thing. Be fast on getting the leads before the big guys get them.
Mm-hmm.
So part of that, market domination. You need to know exactly how the market in Vegas works. How all these
And so,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
You need
No,
to
go
know
ahead.
how exactly all the leads, all the niche lists work, like the pre-foreclosures, the lien notifications, the wills, the divorces, the IRS liens, the federal tax loans, the tax loans, tax transfers. You need to know how exactly all that works. And the way you do that is you literally sit down
Okay.
2 hours a night and learn your county records. Oh, what is this? And what is this? And what is this? And what is, and you learn it. This
So I can
document tells you, go ahead.
can I find out all that information from just the county records?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Like the liens and divorces, like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll give that a shot.
Not
So, like-
divorces. For that,
so
you
like-
have to go through another route.
So, like for me, you see like this one, like Tarrant County. You guys are seeing this? So what I would do on this one, I'll go back a week. You see, 116 to 120. Now remind you that this is gonna be a humongous list because it's a humongous county. I'll just search for the week. Look how many records came out. 3,600 records, right? The first thing that I'll do, make as many records in one page so I can see as many records in one page. Again, this is gonna take you time to learn it, but once you learn it, you master, you dominate your market because you know exactly how everything works. And then you go right here and you sort it by document type. Wait for it to load. And you see, so now here, there's affidavits. Now, if it's from a business, you don't want it, but let's use this one. Higgins Milton, okay. I don't know what this type of affidavit is. An affidavit is like a statement that you want to make public. So let's see what it is. So you click it. And this is where from 10 p.m. to like 2 in the morning, you sit down and you search. Okay. Texas equity affidavit. So this guy got an equity loan. Can it be a deal? A lead? Yeah. He needs money. That's why he borrowed money on his equity. You know what I mean? Remember, how does the equity loans work? They only lend you up to 80% of the value of the house. You know what I mean? So if this guy borrowed that, if the house is worth 100, he borrowed 80, it might be a deal at 80. You know what I mean? And if you know how the market fluctuated up, maybe that house is not worth 100 or more. Now that house is worth 130. So that can be a lead. Affidavits. Now that's one type of affidavit. That doesn't mean that all of them are going to be the same. You go to the next affidavit. So you want to know what type of affidavits are what is considered an affidavit here. So this one's called not same person. This basically what it means, this person most likely sold the property, but there was multiple liens with the same name. So he had to do a not same person affidavit. It doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for me. So then you see all these affidavits, you go through all, you just pick random ones. Make sure it's not like a business, like as you see Southwest here, you don't care about those. So you see this one, voluntary designated homestead. So again, this is a homestead. They bought a house, they're listing it as a homestead so they can get a discount on the taxes. So you go down, so here, this was the good ones. You guys know what an affidavit of heirship does?
No, I don't.
So what an affidavit of heirship does is like when somebody passes away and there's no will, the kids or whoever's the next of kin has to do an affidavit of heirship saying, this is the guy that died, this is who he was married with, they both deceased, these are the kids that are listed, and now I'm gonna have all this being public with 2 witnesses so that the next of kin, can dispose of the property. So it's pre-selling it. They have to do that. So
is that like pre-probate or is that probate?
It's kind of like a pre-probate, but a probate is when there's a will.
Oh, okay.
An affidavit is then when there's no will. The thing that I look for here is if it's done by a title company, you don't want it. If you see a stamp here charged to such and such title company, it's too late because it's already entitled. Somebody else is buying it. But you see here, you look at it. Okay, you see submitter, the Clifton Kufu Law Firm. Is that Clifton Kufu Law Firm a closing company? If it is, it's too late. Let's say it didn't have anything of this, right? What I would do, I made 19K on one of these deals. One of my first deals, I made 19K. So you see, my name is Robert Storna. I'm H of 21, whatever. My address is 17 Brooks Drive. That's the guy that's doing the document, the one that's being the fine, right? So who died? I knew the decedent, okay, was born, etc., etc. Their last known, again, they died in the Memorial Arlington, whatever the fuck. They died here. You want to look for an address of where they died. Like most likely, these type of documents are done to list the property that's gonna get disposed of. Right now, it's kind of lagging because I have my computer on with you guys. Let me see if I can find. I want to look for an address. Okay, you see here, the following persons have knowledge regarding the decedent, Karen and Derek. But you see how they have both the same kind of the same address, 1723 and 1725. This is the property that they're trying to dispose of. The best of my knowledge, the decedent owned the property with this one, lot 15, block 2, Spring Lake, right? That's the property they're trying to sell.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So that's a lead. What I would do, the way that I got this lead type as far as targeting was from Sean Flanagan. What I'll do, I'll send a letter. Now it's kind of expensive. It's 50 cents. But if you want, send a letter to this guy. Hey, Robert, I live by, find that address for this one. The address for that's from the lot 15, right? How do you find that address? I just showed you how to do it right here. Right? So you want to go right here, go back. Let me see if I can find it. So the guy that passed away, his name was, let's see. His name was Carolyn Stuza. Serious Stuza? Let me see if I can find it.
Should it be like a yellow letter, or can I do a postcard? Or
What I did, I don't do yellow letters because they're kind of like tacky. What I do, I just get a note, like those flowery notes binders that has like to do like a grocery list.
Okay.
You see this one, Sturza Carolyn. So here, let's see, we find it here. Carolyn. So you see there's Sturza Carolyn. So now let's look at the document itself. What was the description of the lot? Block 2, Spring Lake. So Carolyn Sturza, let me see if I can search by. So you see, this is where you want to do it when you have no distractions. You're by yourself, 10 to 2 p.m., 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning, just searching. This is the lead. So let me just fast forward it. So you find the address, you find this address. Let's say this one is, let's say the first thing that I would do, let's search this one, 1725 Brooks. If they both live nearby, that might be the house. They might be the kids.
Okay.
So 1725 Brooks. So this one's 1725. Let me see. Spring Lake Edition, Block 2, Lot 17. Let me see. Here we go, Lot 15. So they're selling a house next door to it. It's probably 1723. Watch. So this one, 15. What are we looking at? I'm looking for 15. So it might be some of those two. Around, it's around there. It's probably this house. I don't know how this works. In my area, you can search the map and click on the map itself, and it'll tell you which legal description it is, and you can search it for that specific one. But again, it takes time to learn it, right? So then all you do is you tell this guy, I think it's the, I think it says it, I think this is the wife. Robert's the husband. My name is Robert. 1721, you see? So you see this
Yeah.
one, most of the times when there's an affidavit of heirship, it's not the husband or the wife doing it, it's the kids. And most of the times the kids don't live nearby. You know what I mean? So that's where you mail, let's say the kids live in Kansas and the house is in Texas. What you do, you send a letter to Kansas. Hey, Robert, I live by the house in Texas. Da, 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 da. I have some questions about it. Call me back. Hey, Robert, I live in the house by Texas. I have some concerns for the area. Call me back. Guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna call you back. Why? Because, oh shit, that's my parents' house. I'm doing an affidavit of heirship. I'm trying to sell it. This guy's calling me that something happened in the area. Let me call him. So, and then, okay,
Okay.
part of the guts, like, how do you handle that call? Hey, you sent me this letter. You have concerns. Oh yeah, what happened is that we have a house on the street. Somebody broke into our house. Your house looks a little bit, what's it called, dark. I don't know if your parents are there. We know that the parents are deceased. I don't know if your parents are there, but again, are you trying to fix it yourself? Again, say it. Are you trying to fix it yourself? Because you know he's trying to sell it. Say, no, I'm selling. Okay, well, perfect. Again, we can make you an offer and we'll handle all the other paperwork. Don't worry about the affidavit of heirship. Don't worry about anything else. You're making it easy for them. Oh yeah, perfect. I'll sell it to you. That's how exactly how that deal went. The lady living, like in my area, the lady lived in Corpus. The house was local. I mailed the lady at Corpus. Hey, I live by this house. He called me back. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to sell. Well, actually, no, my sister passed away. My niece is there, but she's in the hospice now. I'm trying to sell it. Okay, perfect. I made the affidavit of heirship. They had the affidavit of heirship and the power of attorney, and I was able to buy it. I sold it that same day for 19K profit on a deal exactly like this, using this technique.
Okay.
So again, this is what I'm telling you guys as far as knowing your market to a T, knowing exactly how to get deals, knowing exactly how the market works. So I would do it just that, like spend a day or two, even more. If it's a big market, I'll spend a month just learning the area. So affidavit of heirship are good. Remember, as long as they're not already recorded by a title company. This one's recorded by a law firm, so it's probably too late already. But there are some that are just being recorded by the people, by the owners. See, if you go right here, let's look at the other one. And if you don't want to mail a letter, just skip trace it. Skip trace the person that's doing that's the affiant, and send them a text. Hey, I live by your house, by the house on J Street. Call me. I have some concerns, and handle the transaction like that. So this one, you see this one. An affidavit for submitter, Michael Porn. It sounds like it's a person to person. No big company recorded it. Again, and you read it. Okay, what is this affidavit? What does it describe? First spouse. Oh shit, he's married several times. First spouse, second spouse, third spouse. Affiant. So this is the lady that's requesting this document to get recorded. This is gonna be the person that you're gonna have the contract with. Shannon Elizabeth. So this is a person that I would send a letter to this house. I'll send her a letter saying, hey, Shannon, I live by this guy's house. It's probably somewhere here. Let's see. So again, if you want to know more about how I break this down, go back in my videos. I'm pretty sure I broke down exactly. It took longer time. So you see Gary Joyce. I'm looking, you see, decedents following children and marriage. We're looking for an address. Yeah, a friend who knew the scene. This is the witnesses. Again, I just gotta take more time. Worst case scenario, just send him a text. If you can't find the address, like sometimes my VA skip traces documents, and I tell her, give me the person recording the instrument, this channel lady's address, and then give me the address of the property. Sometimes he only gives me one, so I tell her, hey, we're local to the area. Did you get our letter? And then I just play dumb. That's called the guts. He's like, what letter? and then you come to start the conversation and go back on my videos on as far as how I continue that conversation and get to a point that you tell them, hey, actually, I'm just buying properties in this area in case you're interested. We know there's that document recorded for a reason. So then going back, this is where I would master I would dominate my market by knowing all that list. There's multiple type of documents being recorded. Affidavit is just one. There's 3,000 there. They were recorded. There's affidavits, there's agreements. Let me go to the next page. There's deeds of trust, there's warranty deeds. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be liens recorded. Let's see. Agreements, child support liens, the same thing. That's good. People that don't pay their child support liens, maybe they have a house they would want to sell and just cover the child support liens. What kind of RVM? So that's the way that I would master my area. Nick, Daniel, that's how you can get ahead of the game as far as Daniel in Vegas, by learning it, having those 10 days in advance of you having those leads first. Nick, just do the same thing that I'm telling you as far as know your market, know your area. I don't think in Kansas you have those big competitors as far as Vegas, so you have more time. Learn it, learn how to scrape those documents, get the lead source from there, skip tracing, and text them or RBM them. As far as Terry asked the question, what RBM am I sending? Hey, did you get our letter? Simple. Hang up. It's intriguing. Most of the time that I've noticed, the people that call me back, they see a missed call, they call right back. They don't even listen to the voicemail. Now, there's a trick. If you want to get a real specific business-like message, say, hey, I buy properties in this area. I'm interested in buying properties. I saw your house. If you're interested in getting an offer for your house quickly, dial this number, 12345. Click. Now, the RVM is being sent from a 678 number. But if they call back the 12345 number, that means they heard your voicemail and they want to sell it. If they just call back your regular number, that means they didn't even hear the message. They saw a missed call and they pressed back, call back. Those are the ones that I pick up all the time, where they don't even listen to the message. So you can do that, or you can just do hey, I have a check here. Did you get? And then cut off the message, 10 seconds, and then pick up the calls live. This is where the guts comes in, knowing how to transfer the energy from being upset, why are you calling me, to have them calm down and hear you out. And now those become leads, because once you have a verified owner, you have a contact until they sell the house or it burns down or they die. Again, I follow up consistently. And now let's say they say, fuck off, don't call me ever. Remember, you burn one number. You can call them back in 6 months from another number. And then they say, fuck off, call them back in 6 months from another number. That's the good thing about Tulio, that you can switch numbers and not worry about it. Another lead source that I do, that it's kind of like in the guts and the guts arena, is the for sale by owner signs. If you drive around your area and you see a house that's vacant, you try to skip trace and you can't get an owner, just get a Tulio number, specific number, and then get a for sale by owner sign for $1, and put for sale by owner and put your number there and put it in front of the house. There's gonna be two kinds of people that are gonna call you: people interested, and the owner that's gonna be upset. So then go back on my calls where I explain how to be able to handle those two calls. You can handle a call for the people who want to buy. Oh yeah, definitely, this property might be available. How much would you offer cash? Boom, you got your buyers there. He's like, who's this? It's like, oh yeah, you're selling my house. Who the fuck are you? You get the upset owner. You can say, you know what, Mr. X, again, I was just hired to pick up the calls. Let me do this. I have your number. Let me have your name. I'll have my boss call you back. And you can do two things. Either you call him back as a boss, or you just call him from another number as just, hey, is that your house on 123 Main Street? Yes, because now you have the owner's number. And you don't have to worry about it. I like to handle those calls where I call him back as a boss. Hey, sorry, mister. Again, we buy properties in this area. Again, we pay a marketing company to get me information on owners. Sometimes they get too aggressive and they put that signs. I'll make sure that they put it next time they put it in the wrong house, etc., or whatever. I've gone more into a breakdown in my previous videos. But yeah, guys, that's exactly how I would do in Kansas and how I would do it in Vegas, just to learn your market, dominate it, try to spend as little as possible, but get the biggest bang for your buck. Tyree, again, I don't know how many RVMs you're doing a day. I would do 1 every 2 minutes. Again, if you want to push it, do 2 numbers, 1 every 2 minutes. Because remember, any spikes from an account is going to be considered a red flag. And Tuli would rather just cancel your account and not worry about you. For me, to this day, I do 1 RVM every 2 minutes from 1 number. That's it. I don't switch numbers. I don't do 2, 3 RVMs. I just do 1 every 2 minutes, and that's been working for me. But I do have the other tentacles where I have what's it called? I have the bandit science and all those marketing strategies. But yeah, any other questions before we lock it up? We've been here an hour and 10 minutes.
Hey,
No,
Arturo,
you've been very helpful. Thank you for the information.
Welcome, Daniel. Sorry, Nick, go ahead.
well, I just said thanks for meeting with me. Thanks for listening.
Definitely. Again, guys, I'm here every Friday. Again, if nobody comes in, it's only 1 person, you have my time. If you have any issues, I'll tell you how to break down your local, what's it called? Your local county or whatever. I'll show you the leads. Again, the more people here, I gotta be trying to map it around with questions. But if you're only 1 person, I'm here every day. Sometimes if I'm here on Friday by myself, all I do, I'm literally just breaking down my week. How many calls I got, how many leads I got, how many deals I got. Like that contract for 80 acres that I'm working on, I have the seller at 13K an acre. I'm gonna lock it up. I probably have a buyer at 21 an acre. So, but that works out roughly close to a little over $500,000 in profit. If it closes.
Right.
So again, that came through an RVM.
That's awesome.
So again, remember, just doing consistent work will always win. Consistent work. Again, stay focused on yours. Again, don't go into too many Facebook posts and RVM and all that media stuff, because it'll distract you. You start comparing yourself with others. Just be consistent. I only want to make 20 deals a day, 20 deals a year. Learn your market, learn how to talk to clients, part of the gut system that Justin has, and know how to implement it. That's all you got to do. Because you can get 70 leads, but if you suck at talking, then what's it called? You're never going to get a deal. Learn it, master it. And the best way to master it for new guys is get it in front of the actual seller. Not like for you, Nick, you're a little bit further down the road as far as knowledge. For a new guy, get him in there with the wolves, with sellers being upset at them. Let him, so you can teach yourself how to handle frustrated customers, people cussing at you. Say, hey, like I tell, hey, I'm sorry, sir, I'm just the messenger. I just got hired. I make them feel sympathetic towards me by saying, hey, look, COVID fucked up my life. This guy from Craigslist hired me to make customers in my house. I know you're upset, but I'm just here trying to feed my family, sir. I'm just the messenger. That's how it makes the people being upset at you. Oh shit, oh fuck. Sorry, it's not meant towards you, it's meant towards your boss. That's the way that I learned how to overcome that anxiety of talking to clients as the boss. Like, I don't want to be the boss because people don't get mad at the boss. Like, sure, literally, again, by telling me I just got fired. This guy from Craigslist said, you have a computer? Yes, I'll give you $10 an hour to make these calls. Shit, I took it. I'm sorry that I'm bothering you at times, but again, I gotta feed my family. So they'll feel sympathy for you and empathy. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry for being an asshole to you. And simple as that. And that takes away the anxiety of calling people, that fear of calling people. But again, if you're brand new to the system, you need to get through that. Because a lot of people try to skip the line. No, let's get through that. Learn how to handle the clients that are upset. Then the ones that are easy, perfect. But you already have like 70 reps until you get that first good one. You already know how to talk to the clients. You're no longer nervous. You can think under pressure.
Got it. I love it.
All right, guys. Again, thank you for logging
great.
in. Daniel, Tyree, Aisha, Alex. Again, I'll be here next week at the same time, 12. If you have any questions, there's a group. Again, if you want a specific things that you want me to answer, bring the questions the next week. The group is there. I try to log in every single Friday. Sometimes I get caught up with doing transactions, etc., that I run a little bit late, but I try to be here at least an hour. So again, enjoy your
Alright,
week.
thank you.
Again, next week, if you guys are here, I'll ask you how it went as far as your week, as far as transactions and marketing, and we'll go from there.
All right, thank you. Have a good
Bye,
one.
guys.
Thank
Be
you so
safe.
much, Arturo.
Likewise, guys.